Ni hao, I'm Tess.
And I'm Levy.
We're going to do a review of the live-action movie Mulan. And there will be two parts in our review. The first one is the non-spoiler part, and the second one is the spoiler portion. And as what you can see in our costume, so...
We're going Chinese.
Yes. Okay, so let's have the first part this time. How do we go about it?
We're going to give a rating out of 10. So from 1 to 10, what do you think about the movie? And then we are going to justify the rating by citing what things we found to be good and bad about the movie in general, without revealing spoilers.
Yes. So perhaps you can be the first one so that I just can copy your answer.
Okay. So my rating for Mulan is 5 out of 10. I mean...
Oh, that's low.
Yes, that is very low. Well, not that low. I could have given 4 or 1. So, why 5? Because it's mostly boring. I found it to be boring. Yes, the costumes were great. The special effects were okay. But my comment is mostly boring, and a lot of the so-called emotional parts of the movie were not really earned. It's like, the scriptwriter wanted it to happen, so that's what happened. So it's a 5. I mean, it's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just It's just a
it's just a meh.
Yeah, it's a meh for me. What about you, Tess?
Well, for me, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. The movie is okay for me because I was able to watch the animated movie, and I've seen how the scriptwriter tried its best to come up with a different story. They made a certain twist in the story in comparison with the animated movie. And yeah, you're correct. The costume is great. The actors are also good. So all in all, it's a good movie for me. But I would still prefer the animated movie.
Okay. So now we are going to come up to the spoiler version. So if you really want to see the movie without any spoilers, you can turn off the video now. Just click a like and subscribe first. Okay. So Tess, let's now talk in greater detail about the movie, so people can understand more why we came up with our rating. Although I really don't think it should matter if you saw the original animated version. I mean, I don't care if the original Mulan was a great film or a bad film. The movie should be able to stand alone by itself, and I felt for the most part it was boring
and dragging for you.
Yeah, not. I mean, I think what made it not so boring for you is that you were looking for, this is what they did, and you kept saying, oh my God, they changed this in the original. This is what happened. I don't really care because I never saw the original, and to me, you see, here's the problem with the movie. The most fun that I had with the movie was trying to figure out which character was Jet Li.
Yeah, we were not able to really see Jet Li while we were watching the movie.
I mean, we were like, okay, it's only 5 minutes before the movie ends. Where is Jet Li? And then it turns out he's the Emperor.
Yes.
So I guess congratulations to the makeup artist.
And the one who dubbed.
And the dubbing. Yeah, because I've heard Jet Li's voice and English. So that's why I thought, that's not Jet Li. It's a different actor. It's a different voice, but it was Jet Li. So that was it.
Well, for me, I had fun watching the movie because since I was able to watch the animated version, so I had fun pointing out the different characters and associating them to the characters in the animated movie. So I've seen Ling, Po, and the horse. The horse doesn't have a name in this movie, but in the animated movie it was Kan. And I did not find Captain Li Shang there, and the twist in the movie is just okay. So the leading man is not actually Captain Li Shang, but I like the actress who portrayed Mulan because her facial feature really is is fit during the time that she was portraying to be a female Mulan and a male Mulan. So it's a bit convincing because at first I was actually expecting a doll-like face just like what I've seen in some movies, Chinese movies, and at the same time Chinese TV series. But now I am able to understand why they chose that particular actress. So what about you, Levs?
Well, I just want to comment on your ratings. It seems that it's based on your enjoyment of this film is based on your nostalgia about the last film. I mean, obviously, I did not see that animated movie, although
That's why
you
you
know,
did not appreciate it.
yeah, but it shouldn't count. I mean, when I first saw Return of the Jedi, I did not see the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. That's how I saw it. I first saw the Return of the Jedi. I loved it. It didn't matter to me that I didn't know what was happening sometimes, but as a kid, I enjoyed it. See, that's it. But if you really need to watch the original Mulan to enjoy, I just think that that's not a good measure of how good this film really is. Like I've said before, I think it's mostly boring. I mean, the first part where they're training, I mean, basically nothing happens. I was expecting that there would be some comedy there because she's a girl and she's pretending to be a boy. There's a lot of comedy that could be put in there. But there was really nothing.
So they tried to be too serious in that movie.
They didn't develop they didn't develop the other boys. I mean, they're just there.
Yes.
I mean, obviously they look the same because they're all Chinese. But come on, it's hard for me to come up with good things. Like I've said before, I will just like you're trying to be kind to a friend who was in a play. You would say, "Oh my God, the soundtrack was great." But come. That's why I gave it a 5. I mean, I do not have any nostalgia for it. I'm a boy, I'm not a girl, so I guess the whole girl power thing is lost on me. I mean, but believe me, I can appreciate any story about a person becoming more. That's again another concern, another complaint that I have about the movie. Mulan does not seem to earn her powers or her abilities. She just oh my God, it's a movie trope. It's called Mary Sue, which is most people don't like because the character is super powerful with no explanation at all, and so I don't think Mulan earned her special powers.
But it will show there that during her childhood days, she gained her skills in martial arts and climbing roofs and all. But yeah, this is also a mystery to me. How did she learn?
Yeah,
those,
because
skills.
Yeah, okay.
Who taught her?
If she's specially gifted in gymnastics and all that, we all understand what that is. But she was more than that, right? She fought this Khan. What was the name of the villain?
I forgot.
The guy who played Bruce Lee in another movie.
Yes.
By the way, great job by all the makeup artists here. I could barely recognize. I didn't even recognize Gong Li. I thought she was she looked like Kelly Hu. But then I saw, it's Gong Li, and then of course
Jet Li.
Jet Li. I mean,
all the Lees are unrecognizable.
Yeah, and Jason Scott Lee. The Bruce Lee. The first time I saw him, I thought, okay, that's an ugly, Asian. But then I realized, oh my God. After a while,
his makeup is similar to the animated character.
That's Jason Scott Lee. So I guess I'm going to say, this is supposed to be the central idea of the movie, that this is a society that looks at women, looks at women as you're only good, you only bring honor to the family by being a good wife, serving your husband, being an obedient child to your mother and father.
No way.
And who the hell taught her all those kung fu moves if they were preparing her for being maybe Jet Li came but he was away being an emperor, so
unrecognizable.
That's what I say. That's what I mean by it's another Mary Sue. A couple more complaints about this movie.
You have a lot of complaints.
Yes. No, it's too long. I mean, I think this is like I don't know, how long was the cartoon version?
I think just more than an hour.
Probably an hour and a half, right? They would never release just an hour, but this is like an hour too long. I mean,
because it's a bit dragging for you.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. you were enjoying looking at all the ooh, that's
Yeah.
but there was no Eddie Murphy anyway, so
I miss Mushu.
yeah.
And Creaky.
And instead of Mushu, we had that Sarangola looking phoenix,
A phoenix.
which didn't really do anything except
Yeah.
fly and tell Mulan where she has to go.
Yeah, we have a kite.
Yeah.
A phoenix kite.
So, yeah, that's another complaint. Another complaint I have is with the
The
witch,
script. The witch.
the witch thing. I mean, that's it. That's how
She doesn't have-
easy it is to convince her to,
Much of a role.
you know,
There.
she was evil, right? And then just because she saw that Mulan was, how did she even know that Mulan was the head of the army?
Oh, she's a witch.
Come on. And then she's just going to throw away her life because of that. Oh my god. That makes Mulan so much even better. You know, I will have my revenge. But really, that's one of my complaints. It's not earned. I mean, why does she care about Mulan? She tried to kill Mulan, you know, just a couple of scenes earlier, and now she's going to throw away her whole life. And isn't she magic? I mean,
Yeah. So she ended her life with just an arrow.
yeah.
It's not really justifiable because she's powerful.
Yeah, and hey, one of the biggest thing that I pointed out right as we were watching, the bad guy, you know, Bruce Lee, aims an arrow at Mulan, and then, you know, the witch sacrifices herself with the arrow, and then she dies. What's preventing the bad guy from,
Throwing another arrow.
you know, shooting another arrow and another arrow and another arrow? What? Did he?
It's the director.
Did he fire?
Prevented him.
Did he fire an arrow and then turn around and say, "Yay! Now she's dead. Now I have to talk to the emperor." Come on.
I would also like to comment on the script. You know, I was actually looking for, you know, some lines that will be quite memorable, but I did not find it there. The animated movie would have a lot of good lines. So the script is kind of dry for me. And when it comes to, you know, the drama or something that is a bit emotional, I did not feel it in that live action movie. The first time I watched the animated movie Mulan, I actually cried there because there were some parts that really, you know, that really touched me. But here in the live action movie, there was none.
Yeah, some people are crying because they spent $30 to watch this. They could have just watched the original animated version. It's so
Yes.
much better. I'm told. I've never seen it, but she will say that, right?
Yes.
Oh.
And another thing, what about the dubbing for Jet Li, the unrecognizable Jet Li?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that I would be able to recognize Jet Li, you know, not just the facial features, but because of he has a very distinctive high voice and really bad English. I mean, I don't know, maybe he improved his English already. Probably not, because they dub him. Because I heard him in like what was that? He's been in some
Crouching
Western.
Tiger.
No, he's not in that movie. That's Chow Yun Fat, and he
Oh,
has a
yeah.
better English.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, I think Lethal Weapon. He was in Lethal Weapon 4, I think.
And the one with Aaliyah, right? The movie with Aaliyah.
I don't think so. I mean,
I guess
is that why she died?
yeah.
Because she was in Lethal Weapon? I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no, 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 it's not about Little Weapon.
No, I think you're talking about Romeo Must Die.
Yeah,
That's the movie that you're thinking of. No, that's not Lethal Weapon. But
I
yeah,
did not watch the Little Weapon.
yeah. So, you know, if people are complaining that they dubbed Jet Li, just watch those movies and tell me that you would
So
be
you actually
believe.
agreed of Disney's decision
Of
to
course.
dub Jet Li.
I mean, can you believe that this guy is the emperor if he's going to sound like that? I mean, come on, that was the right
What's up,
decision.
Mulan?
I can't even do the voice because it's so bad. One last thing about the movie, another complaint. You have to have a logical presentation of the goals of the people, the characters. I mean, what was the plan of the main bad guy? Right, he wanted to kill the emperor for a revenge for killing his father and beating them in the last war.
And he wants to be the emperor.
Yeah. So if the whole point was to kill the emperor, they had so many chances to do it.
So adding the witch in the character for me is not a wise choice for Disney. They should have actually just scrapped her out in the list of characters, because in the animated movie, the confrontation really happened in the almost ending part of the movie, so it was justified there. So they failed here in the live action movie.
I think the decision to remove the dragon, I mean, supposedly it was because they wanted to make it more grounded and real, right? Because a talking dragon would make it like soup, you know, and they would.
Mushu.
Yeah, it would. I think it would be too costly.
Or
to,
Eddie Murphy.
You know, no, not Eddie Murphy, because you can always get somebody else. But you know, the
animation.
Yeah, the budget would be too much. Remember the dragons in Game of Thrones? That's
Yes.
why, you know, season 8 sucked, because they didn't have any budget for, you know, script writing, you know, just dragons. But anyway, they removed the dragon, but then they put in this witch character,
And
which
the
is really
eye.
just super magic. And she was too overpowered, I think, because if they really wanted to just kill the emperor to take over China, just send the witch. That's it. You know, but again, this is one of those things that if we do this now, then the movie is over, and Mulan doesn't have a chance to, you know, have a confrontation with the villain. So we're going to prolong the movie, even though you have this weapon that is basically unstoppable. Send the witch. It's over. But no, we have to wait for Mulan to finish her training, her boring training, and then, you know, become the girl she's
I was
really
actually looking
wanted
for
to.
the songs. Let's get down to business.
They're not going to have songs like that. I mean, you can remove. See, they even removed all the songs, and it's still so much longer than the animation. What are you doing, Disney? I think you should not watch this movie, because it will encourage Disney to
to
you know.
ruin the original animated movies that they had.
I mean, I don't know. Not about that, but about the price of the video on demand. I think it's too high. $30 for that. I mean, if you really want to see video on demand be on a lower scale, don't patronize this. It will just tell Disney that this is a good strategy. But aside from that, it's not really that good a film. I mean,
For you, the movie sucks.
her enjoyment of it
It's
mostly
my
came
association
from,
to
you know,
the,
nostalgia from
animated
the
movie.
cartoon. I mean, this girl is a super Mulan fan. She has
Yes.
she has dolls and, you know, costumes. You know, so yeah, she's a diehard Mulan fan, and even she will agree that this is not as good as a film.
I will recommend the animated movie. I watched the animated movie 20 times, I guess. That's why I memorized the lines already, and I was looking for those memorable lines in the movie, but there's none.
Yeah, there's really not a lot. You know, it's always about what was that? Bravery.
Something
True
like that. Yeah.
bullshit. I mean, there was nothing memorable about
Yes, I
this
couldn't
movie.
even remember those lines anymore. So I guess that's it. That's our review.
This is our review and mostly complaints about the new movie Mulan. And thank God we never saw it in the cinemas, because we would have wasted even more money on this film. Just watch the cartoon.
Yes. So thank you so much for being with us. Before you go, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, as well as please hit like if you like this video. This is Tess, and
I'm Levi.
signing off. Bye bye.
Bye bye.